And here we go. It is 2 o'clock. It is ready to roll. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on the stream today. And you might be curious about the title of the stream, No AC, No Problem. Well, we had a little bit of an interesting event hit us. Our air conditioning completely cramped out. Totally. It is 90 degrees where I am. Humid as all hell. And I could really use some 72, some 69. So you might be hearing a little fan off to the side. I've got that blowing on me. I'm hoping it's not going to get in the way or if it's too loud. Hey, what is going on, Journal? Welcome to the stream. And I really hope it's cool where you are right now. So I'm going to do whatever I can, as much as I can, without, beads of sweat going down my forehead. Luna, welcome. Afternoon to you as well. Oh, no worries about that, Journal. I can work through it. Like I said, I've got a fan off to the side that's going to be helping me through this. So that's probably, you might be hearing it. It's a whirring sound off to the side, and it's all that I've got right now. I have no tiny air conditioning, and if I do, it's probably going to be even louder. But even then, I'm willing to do this and more. I want to make sure that I'm streaming on time. It's been a while, and by golly, it has. I'm really, really anxious to get back into it. Yeah, I guess a magic cloak won't be needed after all. Manifest fall cooldown. I have the cool weather. Well, lucky you. Just lucky you. That's my season, the fall. And boy, oh boy, does it need to hit sooner rather than later. I'm really missing it right now. I can't understand how people love the summer this much. I will always be a cold weather person, but that doesn't mean I don't love a good beach every now and again. But my golly, all days of the year. Put me into Alaska or Norway or, I don't know, Canada. Canada, of course. It's cool but rainy, which isn't cool. Hey, that works with me. Doesn't, oh my God. Doesn't help that you have such a hot wife in the house too. Yes, Mrs. Hook. In fact, Mrs. Hook in the chat is actually my wife. So I'm going to heart that. Actually, I'll just throw a heart out there. Should be able to. All right. Anyways, actually, apparently I need to log into my own stream. Interesting. Yeah. Two-step verification. Bear with, guys. I just gotta do this thing where it lets me see the chat after I have logged in. Alright, but there we go. Chat. It should be back now. There, I didn't miss too much. In North Carolina, my favorite month is November because of a lot of the weather. Yeah, I love November too. Thanksgiving is a fantastic time of year. It's just the right time of year. Man. Alright, so thank you so much for throwing that cool weather. Whatever you can throw my way, Luna. I really appreciate it. So, we, as you can see, have a little Patreon screen. This is actually the screen that I have for, adding my patrons at the end of every video. And what I've been doing off to the side is working on a brand new one. Now, it's not complete yet. I'm really anxious to show you what I've got, but I just want to conceal it for a little bit longer. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of pivot back and forth in this stream. I began work on a brand new project, one that I've just had to get out of my head, and I'm thinking it's going to be done next week. And speaking of done next week, I'm looking to finish a couple of projects total. Hopefully the one that we're going to be working on primarily today, of course, being our soap ad, but you'll definitely get a lot of that. You'll get a lot of one that I'm working on right now, which is going to be using Hotel Mario chiefly as a source before it turns into something else. And I'm going to be working on some of the Hotel Mario stuff because that's going to require quite a bit of attention. I think that's perfect for streaming, talking it over with you, showing you what I'm doing here. It took a lot of time for me to turn on dark mode on Word. I turn dark mode on everything, man. I have it on like you see it on my Vegas screen, because Vegas typically has that very light gray or white backdrop. I like to switch it up every now and again, though, make it a light, because there's feng shui for apps on the computer too. But YouTube, Mozilla Firefox, all that stuff, it's in dark mode because it just makes it so much easier to see. I can't understand how I didn't do this way back when. Oh, man. Thank you so, so much. Yeah. Yep. Mrs. Hook is... Yep. Mrs. Hook is right on point. Thank you so much, Luna, for the compliments as well. So what we're going to do here is, I'm just going to pivot to what I have right here. Now, what I've been doing with this Hotel Mario source is, and you'll probably get a good idea from this piece alone. Now, do you notice anything missing? That's right. I've completely edited out Luigi from this source. Now, there's a reason for that. If you look up in the top left corner, you can see HMML. This stands for Hotel Mario minus Luigi, and that sounds pretty simple, straightforward. It just sounds like a video that's going to be the source minus Luigi. I'm going to be taking it in some interestingly different directions. Let's just say that. I don't know if I'll be able to get to those specific directions on this video, but either way, I'm really anxious to show you what is going to come out of them. Alright, disable resample, that's turned on, perfect. For the next Ace Attorney games, you want them to be more focused on overarching story or more in the individual cases. Well, to be honest, I love it when an individual case is just so good you can replay it on its own. Sometimes I think what I'd really like to see are long individual cases, maybe cases that feel like they're different pieces of an overarching story, but they're all part of one case. I think that would be the most fun. Yeah, because the trilogy is coming out, to your point, yes. Homophobia, I didn't get Luigi out. Yep, but I guess that does seem a little homophobic considering, but there's a good reason why I've done this. Very good reason. Not Luigi, don't worry, Luigi is going to appear in this video. I don't want to give away when. I'm hoping to, like I said, just have a few things kept under wraps regarding it. Maybe remove all the green too, like the grass. Well, the grass is there. It's still got to be Hotel Mario. That it still has to be, but I'm going to be removing Luigi just for a minute. No worries, Luna. Lurk as you need. So let's just see here. Shorten that, and I think that just one thing I'm seeing right off the top of my head. This preview window here seems to have a little tidbit of Mario and Luigi in the following scene. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. Then I'm gonna, yeah, and he looks like he kind of goes into the bridge after he crosses it. So I'm gonna get rid of a little bit of that, yeah, this excess right here. Perfect. It's not gonna affect too much. Maybe make grass different color. I mean, I want to keep it the way it is, because my intention with this YouTube poop is to make it seem like something that is simple at first. Like I've seen a couple of videos, a couple of YouTube poop, whatever you call them, of characters in popular sources that have been edited out, and it was just that. I want to take it on a different spin. I want to do something that is a little bit more challenging, even creating a little bit of a plot to this. So the grass has to stay green. I like your thinking. I do. I really do. In fact, I think maybe I can do that in a future video in which I use Hotel Mario. But this is not going to be the video for that. Hey, what's going on, Hercules? Glad to catch a stream. Got to work at a wedding soon, sadly. Oh, that's all right. I mean, if you're going to be going to a wedding, hey, have a lot of fun. I hope you get some great cake. That's always the best part of the wedding. Are you going to be catering? Are you going to be doing some other things for the wedding? Or are you there as a guest? Either way. Or are you getting married yourself? That would be pretty cool. All right. Let me get a little bit of a can open. This is going to help me. No AC means I gotta stay hydrated. I've got water down here too, but that just packs a little more energy. So what I want to do here is get the scene that I'm working on to extend to the scene where Mario and Luigi are talking, and then, because this is all on a green screen. You can see it right here, this little chroma key screen right here. Now, the thing is that normally if I was keeping the both of them in, then it would be a problem to use this green screen because Luigi is wearing a green shirt and a green cap. This, it doesn't matter for though, because all I want to do here is get rid of everything except Mario. And that means that the green is perfect. Yes, this is a new YouTube poop. I've already started it, but I'm going to be pivoting back to the soap source once I get a couple of things done. There are a few things done that I really want to do that I have not had the chance to do yet. And I mean, I'm too excited for this video to, you know, flat out ignore it. I really want to see, I really do want to see how much I can do on this stream. Yeah, you can see right here that if I were to leave the green screen in, that Luigi suddenly turns blue, and that's just the removal of the green doing his thing. But again, it doesn't matter because we want Luigi out of it. I'm going to be using a mask to get him fully out of it, because even if I were to use the, you know, the green screen alone, it only makes part of him disappear. I know that one of the Spirit of Justice cases is even longer. Ooh, that would be even cool. That would be really cool to play. I can't wait to see which one. Maybe you can put a sensor bar on the huge mushroom and have. So, oh man, this is getting me thinking I should start another Hotel Mario video. My gosh. Have a Robotnik say Pingus while Mario is walking. That would be a classic right there, but I'm going to go in a different direction with this. I am going to work on another Hotel Mario video someday, hopefully soon. For now, what I'm just going to do is work on a little bit of masking right here, and then I'm going to just transition to the soap source. So we're gonna, on the soap source, I think, yeah, we started on commercial number 2. We got a lot of good jokes out of the way on the last stream. Let's pick it up where we've left off from there. I am going to probably say, because this is going to be a 3-hour stream, we're going to be making it toward, I want to say, the halfway point of that ad. And if we don't, that's usually a good thing, because it means that we've worked on so much more in that interim. So I'm really excited to see how it all goes down. It's going to be curious to see what maybe, I don't know, a week away can do for it. Whatever the case. So let's just get a simple mask done. I'm just going to create the outline, and then I'm going to, yeah, because this is the part that I am very cautious about. The area where the hand is up against Mario's sleeve. I'll probably have to edit that, but I want it to be as cut out as possible. What is going on, Dello Yellow? Good day to you as well. The only Ace Attorney Trilogy cases I haven't started is 3.5. Okay, well, the original cases, I know they're really popular. 3.5, if memory serves, is the one that I did not like. Maybe you'll like it though. Who's to say? I plan to play that turn for this year, 2024. Making an omelet, nice, nice. Supposedly the hardest thing to make in the kitchen. If you can make an omelet, good, nice. All right, let's just correct this mask a little bit, because Mario doesn't do a lot of movement in this frame. He mostly turns to look at Luigi, and then he extends his arm, but I'm not even going to get to the part where he extends his arm here. So let's just make sure that looks good, and you can see it in the preview window. Now it's a lot better. And his, let's see, Luigi's hand encroaches the sleeve just a smidge more, I want to say. Let's see. Alright, let's see here. Alright. Let me just get out and go back in, because I think it's locked something. There we go. And maybe like Mario's, Luigi's. Oh god, that's a good idea. That's a great idea, actually, having the mustaches connect together. Man, you know what? I've got to start. So I'm not going to be doing this in this video, but I should take it down for a future video. Yep. I'll just make a brand new page for that. Hey, what's going on, Dr. Mad Studio? Hi, folks. Greeting from Britain. I've been watching some old YouTube hoops lately. It still surprises me people are still making these after all these years. Yeah, it's still going strong. Actually, one thing I was really surprised to find is, because I was mainly up and about in YouTube hoop in the late 2000s, early 2010s, and I was curious to see how its popularity waxed and waned, and it's just as popular as it was back, actually it's as popular as it's ever been. I don't think it's ever really peaked, but a lot of videos, a lot of creators are still doing a ton. I mean, it's not really dying as a lot of people say it is. I actually don't know where they get that from. I think it's just because, they're not really looking, which happens to be the case all the time. I mean, I know YouTube has changed, but yeah, a lot of people are still making them. The Things, CS188, they're going strong at it. Even some classic guys that are from 2008, 2007. I don't know if you remember this name, but Example 2008, he, I believe, is from 2008 himself. I do remember a couple of 2007 videos of his, but either way, it's nice to have you on the stream. King of, oh my god, I remember you from a long time ago. King of Soup. Okay, I got. Forgive me if I mispronounce your name. King of Supa the DS. Supat 3DS. King of Supat 3DS 01. Okay, I think I got it. And the only thing that helped me was the fact that I have a 3DS right now, so glad to finally meet you. I loved your stuff since the old 2010 days. Mario seems to have that weird ass stare going. Yeah, you have. Oh man, it's good to see you too. I think that Mario's stare here, like, it's just so. Jeez, let me just position the frame so we can. Whoops. See that a little better. Yeah. Oh my god, this is like a really bad educational computer game frame stare right here, the kind that looks at you until you get the problem right. Yeah, it's good to have you on this stream. Thank you so much for joining. It's going to be we're going to be working on a couple things on this stream for about 3 hours. Can you explain some more context for this YouTube hoop so I know which ideas would not work? Well, it's okay. I mean, we're not going to be doing a lot on this video. I just want to touch up a couple of places, and then we'll go straight to the soap YouTube hoop that we intended for this stream. But it's really going to be pretty simple, straightforward. I'm cutting out Luigi and adding in a couple things. I'm going to be working on the cutting out of Luigi only on this one for now. So the ideas, like the mad thinking that you've got, the soap sources coming up, we'll use it right there. But I love the ideas that you've been coming up with, Journal. No doubt in my mind. Any opinion on the period of time where SpongeBob YouTube hoops got really popular for some reason? Yeah, I think it's been, first off, SpongeBob's just a really popular, program in general. I mean, people have been watching it since they were kids, watching it since, Nickelodeon brought it to the air. It was my favorite cartoon when I was younger. I mean, one of my favorite episodes was, oh my god, Band Geeks, and apparently that's the best one. Now, a lot of people just have really fond memories of that show when it was in its heyday, and people growing up grew onto the new stuff. It's just a really popular source because it's a really popular show. That's just the basics of it. Just like how King of the Hill is. King of the Hill was a little bit more underground because it was something that was a little bit more skewed toward adults, but then people found it and realized, hey, this is a really good show, and they really got into it. Sometimes the best sources, or the most popular sources rather, are just the ones that are of really popular shows. And that's going to be the case. What I really like, though, is when there are YouTube hoops of sources that are a little bit more, I don't know, obscure, but you wouldn't usually see them being used for material often. And that's what made Deeper Cut so good, because where everyone was using either Hotel Mario or something like The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Deeper Cut was using a lot of the shows that were on some of the more Saturday morning cartoon bent, you know, like Yu-Gi-Oh! And some of the old 90s cartoons of Sonic and the new Sonic like stuff. So little things like that made a difference where it mattered. It really appealed to a lot of people, especially the ones who had that affinity for the Saturday morning cartoon. No worries, it's Super Teds if you like. Thank you for correcting me. Super Teds. Okay, I thought it had something to do with 3DS. My man. All right. Any opinion? Yeah, I was there when it all started in the late 2000s. Yeah, the late 2000s, like, it kind of really became big in 2007. Like, it really exploded on the scene, and I have no idea how popular it got, because I'm only going by something like Google Trends to see how popular things are, and Google Trends, I think, only calculates around, I don't know if it's accurate in 2008, but either way, and I think this is good. I'm going to work on the rest at a different time. But for 2007, like, when YouTube was really starting to grow, because keep in mind, the site was still something that was a little bit of a novelty. You did have video sharing sites, but not in the same realm of something like YouTube, where you could just easily upload something and create and share it on a community. Like, there were community boards within YouTube that really made a difference, and plus you could rate, send videos easily. It was, quite frankly, it was something that I don't know what took so long for the internet to do. I mean, there have been, like I said, video sharing sites before, even sites that have video sharing features, Cheesy Art being one of them. But YouTube just, it clicked. So as it grew, YouTube Poop grew. Easy as that. YouTube Poop, YTP views match what they used to be when YouTube Poop was popular, i.e. 100,000 views usually. Yet, sometimes a lot, yeah. So, with a lot of really popular YouTube poops, like, you're going to see a lot of them still accumulating 100,000 views in no time at all. A lot of them are, of course, coming from the popular creators, the new creators that are making waves, and you also have some that, you know, whenever you have a, like, I'm going to use, give me a second. I'm going to use the example of, let's see, what was that called? Shoot, I should know this because I'm subscribed to them, but the creator of Buzz Gets COVID-19 and the Friar Tuck video of the Robin Hood YouTube poop, that was, man, I can't believe I'm blanking on the name. Why am I blanking on the name? But pretty much, whenever a really talented creator puts out something that is so professional, then it's going to attract a lot of attention, not just from regular YouTube poop creators and fans, but from people a little bit outside of the sphere. Because in the example of, you know, Buzz Catches COVID, which, again, favorite YouTube poop from 2020, it is so professionally done. It is so well edited, so well put together, that the reach goes beyond what a typical YouTube poop's reach would do. And that says something about the, you know, it says something about the creator. And I think that early on in, you know, early YouTube, that was a really big appeal. It was something that had never been seen before, editing of this type. And it still goes on. Like, the jokes were funny, still are funny. All right. Let's see. Hotel Mario deleted cutscenes. Yeah, I remember when I watched that. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, my gosh. Favorite Hotel Mario YouTube poop. Which one would be mine? I would say, so my favorite is Hotel Mario Something's Break. It was just, oh man, I think it was made in 2009, 2010, but it was extremely advanced for its age. It had a lot of different edits and effects that were never seen, like I'd never seen in YouTube poop before, so I will always go back to it, and it's always got some really funny sounds. Spaghetti, you want it, it's yours as long as you... Hey, what's going on, Matt? Welcome to the stream, Guts, man. Yeah, the funny thing, I have a YouTube poop that I'm working on as well in the background that uses a lot of Gutsman in the source. I hope you're going to be loving that one. Anyone remember the late Kitty0706? I loved his YouTube poop videos. Yeah, he was incredible. He was amazing when it came to sentence mixing. His Dr. Rabbit YouTube poop, I loved. Absolutely loved. Oh my god. CDI elements coming out of a butt. Yep. Hey, what's going on, Zach? Remember when YouTube had friends even further down? Yes, it had groups. You're absolutely right. You could have friends and the group communities, which I think I was part of the early Haruhi community that was linked to back when episodes of new anime were uploaded onto YouTube, and they were left up very often before the studios realized, hey, wait a minute, they didn't get licensing to do that. I gotta take these down. And those communities, man, I miss those so much. I got involved in quite a lot of them. Hour of Poop, thank you so much, Zach. Hour of Poop is the name. Yeah, Hour of Poop is somebody who I think goes, like, their creations go beyond the typical YouTube Poop fan expectations. And because of that, they really appeal to a much, much wider audience. One that looks at something like that and think, wow, I don't typically watch YouTube Poop, but that is damn funny. Like, they're not going to be people who maybe have, like, I don't know, 10 or 11 creators that they've subscribed to that make YouTube Poop. Maybe only one or two. So when that's the case, it's typically Hour of Poop. And Walrus Guy. Vortex CO3, welcome on in. Anyone remember the King and Link going on a car trip? Yes, 64J Marjo made that one. It was a very detailed story-based poop. One that I remember when it came out, it was like November 2008, and I watched it and I thought, because the thing about 64J Marjo is that, and I'm not mispronouncing his name, it really was Marjo. I think he was trying to, because that was the Mario was taken, so he just did Marjo. Marjo didn't really have any one specific type of style. He often mixed it up, and this was the first thing that I saw from him that resembled, because there was another creator, at the time, I Am the Gang, who made a lot of YouTube poops using some very simple paint effects, and very often Adobe software effects where you could layer things on top of each other. And it was very clear that he was using a lot of those advanced Adobe effects in order to do the layering. But it reminded me a lot of I Am the Gang. It also reminded me of the Swedish dork, who also made very similar but often animated his own things. That was a really good poop for its time. Absolutely. Oh man, what else do we have back when? Yeah, Google Videos was around. Yeah, I remember Google Videos. Jeez. And then then Google bought YouTube. Katie's YouTube poops have millions of views. Absolutely, they still are really popular with a huge crowd. Even though Gmod has come a long way since 2005, I miss the days when they were simple and direct. I mean, with the advent of Source Filmmaker, I think that Gmod really kind of took a back seat to all of these Source Filmmaker creations, which is a pity because I loved a lot of those Gmod videos that were made way back when, especially like the Half-Life Full Life Consequences series, which I think is still on Icton's channel. Narrated just nonsense that was done through really bad spelling and grammar, but it works so well. Let's see, is that the one? Yeah. Wasn't Most Things Break a Zelda CDI poop? Yes. Oh my gosh. Did I say it was a Hotel Mario? Shoot, I did say it was. I think that my favorite, let's see, then, yeah, Hotel Mario YouTube poop would have to be, like, if I were to look at my, oh wait. So, Walrus Guy, very early summer of 2007. I think it was like a two-parter that he had made where Mario and Luigi had to save the future, and one of the jokes in part 2 was Mario saying, "You know what they say, to save the world from the toast meltdown, you must die." And then he puts his hand on the outlet, gets electrocuted, and then it says, "Rip Mario, you saved our lives so for the future." That was a really funny one for me. Gotta head off, have tea, cheerio. Stay safe. Yes, you stay safe, Dr. Mad Studio. Glad to have you on. Don't know how well he don't know how well known he got, but BDLC90 made some amazing Fireman Sam's poops sometimes back. I'm not too familiar with BDLC, so I'm gonna have to check out their stuff first chance I get for sure. Yeah, I absolutely, you're right, Deliel. I love gushing about these older style YouTube poops because they just have a large appeal to me. They remind me of a very early time in YouTube when almost, oh my god, is this guy naked? Oh jeez. Remind me of a very early time when YouTube was a little bit more of a wild west. Yeah. Most things break his Zelda. Yep. Insector, the man who brought Michael Rosen to the public conscience. Did he really? Oh my gosh. Well, that'd be another thing that he brought to the public conscience. Jeez. I remember Insector, like, obviously Insector is Ice Snore and he's Rice Snot, but I always remember him bringing Only the Brave Can Rescue the Kidnapped Princess, that game, and its cutscenes, which were covered by Stuart K. Riley in his gaming channel, Working Man Games, which if you aren't following, definitely should follow. Man. At least he's muscular and naked. Yeah, but, oof. I think he's wearing underwear, if I had to guess. There are probably some contracts that they don't want to be breaking here. Maybe make her eyes never open. Ooh. Let's see. Eyes never open. Or, well, let's see. They never open to begin with, so... And this is something I notice in a lot of things. So, when you look at a close-up on a woman like this, see if they have the hair blowing back. They do this in a lot of action movies, in a lot of commercials, soap operas. It's like Gale Force Hurricanes are suddenly here, and they are really attacking the hair. Let me change this to auto so we have a little bit. So let's see if we can get... Oh my gosh. There might be something else that we can do as well, now that we... Oh my god. It's like he's like the Giga Chad. Okay. Well, maybe there is something that... Ooh, wait. Yeah, because if you look right here, you can kind of see that it's nearly split down the middle. One of the best YouTube was Mr. Robato's I Means Guess. Yes, I do know that one. That was a really well... Like, first things first, I don't see a lot of YouTube poops in which the creator inserts themselves and does it so well. But that aside, the sentence mixing was great. It rhymed. It got a lot of really, like, it made my eyes pop how well he did it. It was just a fantastic YouTube poop. I don't know if I should say it's his best, because I think he might say he's had some better ones, and maybe I can agree with him there, but it was wonderful nonetheless. And Mr. Roboto doesn't go by Mr. Roboto anymore. I think he changed his name. Like, if you try to find his channel, it'll be, I guess, an actual name. No idea. I don't remember what it is exactly, but I do remember watching his stuff some time ago, I should say. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to grab this, and I'm going to put it right here. Let's let this be the start of our new palette. Right here. I'm going to use a simple mirror effect that will help to... Well, should I use a mirror effect, or should I just cut this portion out sans the head? We can have her head be on this body that's mirrored on this side. Since we're discussing poops, I have memory of Durham Rocker's King of the Hill YouTube poop, which is based around the Olympics episode, and... you haven't found it since? Isn't Durham Rocker still... Hold on one second. I am... Like, he did a lot of these King of the Hill YouTube poops, which I wasn't a fan of King of the Hill back then, so I watched him very often. I only watched him once, but he should still be on. Like, oh, wait. Oh, it looks like he may have just either had them taken down or something. I wish I could tell you what it was, Dr. Mutt, but alas. Alright. So, yeah, I guess we'll have to find out what that is. I really hope that they... Man, I think don't think it should be too hard. Maybe you can search by captions or something like that, auto captioned. I'm not sure. All right, so let's do this. Add a simple. Well, first I'm gonna clone this just so we have a nice backup to work with in case I decide to do something else. We're gonna mirror this to the left so we have an easier time, and as you can see here, it's not a perfect mirror because the desks are connected, but and we do have a blackboard right here. That's probably gonna warrant some editing out. I can most certainly do something like that. Yeah, I think it was on Vimeo at one point, but yeah, lost to the ages. Ugh, darn it. Any opinion how AI voice technology is going to impact YouTube poop making? I just listened to King Harkinian's voice generated by AI, and it's just so amazingly good. It's almost creepy. So, the thing about AI voices is that the quality isn't always the best. So I made a YouTube poop called "The King Uses UberDuck.ai," which was one of the more popular AI voice sites at the time. It had the full suite of YouTube poop, CDI, Zelda, Mario, Hotel Mario characters. But when you try to make something, you often had something that was really hard to get it to sound right. I used a lot of voices in that YouTube poop alongside traditional sentence mixing, part of a plot in order to make it make sense. But it was really, I had to get multiple takes and layer over the words that were right and wrong. Like getting Ganon to say the word wasabi was really difficult. I don't know if it's going to get as good as actual, sentence mixing. Probably will at some point in the near future. I couldn't even begin to tell you when. I've seen some really good YouTube poops being made of it that use that very, very good AI technology when they ripped it through and got the best possible cuts. I don't know how much time it's going to take for something like that, though. But back in 2021, like there was a meme going around, like Patrick. Let's see. Yeah, it was like Patrick. That's a blank. It's an episode of SpongeBob where Patrick has to, Patrick wants to win an award, and SpongeBob is trying to teach him how to take a lid off a jar. But what is going on in this meme is Patrick is picking up almost everything else. Like he picks up a gun, he picks up a nuke or something like that, a bomb. And some of these videos were really good in the editing and in the AI voices. One of my favorites is Patrick, that's a blue eyes white dragon. They get SpongeBob to say it, and they make the Krusty Krab roof get blown off with a blue eyes white dragon popping out. It's wonderfully done. If you should definitely watch that and the whole series of memes behind it. That's when I really started to realize, hey, this is going to be something in the future, very near future, and I wonder how much more advanced it can get. Oh man. So yeah, AI voice technology, it is really good, and it kind of makes me worried a little bit about the artists and the voice actors who would otherwise have to lend their actual talents to these studios, because that's one thing that is being discussed when it comes to the current writers' strike in Hollywood. The fact that studios are having AI write a lot of the material for shows, and that is, it's kind of scary when you think about it. This is a creative medium, whether it be writing or art. Art is another thing that is being heavily impacted by AI. In fact, a lot of times when AI creates work, it's more so that they're mimicking work that's already found on the internet or is handily available. So it's not really original. And as a consequence, Hollywood's trying to get away with that by passing it off as their own, or passing it off as saying, hey, we don't need writers, we can just do this. But there are all sorts of legal and ethical problems that this poses, and I don't like where it's going. I really hope that there is something that can be done about that, personally, because I think that of all the things that AI is going to be used for, that's one of the most criminally terrible things. Yeah, his hands are in position of a 2. Maybe use that. Yeah. Oh man, he's kind of a position of a 2. It's almost like a backwards S. Let me first layer this over. Make it so that it's a little bit more difficult to tell that there's a blackboard here. And what I'm going to do here is take the mask I've created and feather out so that it blends into the background a little bit more. Let's see how much will work before it starts looking natural. Right about here should be good. There's also a little bit of arm or something. Actually, no, that's fine. But I am probably going to shrink this. Yeah, mirrored it's a 5, or and it's an S. And like then 5 of the Hanks are up the same fence. Yeah. Durham was a really good creator. I just wish that at the time I was a little bit more appreciative of King of the Hill. And I really am starting to get the show. I didn't think it was really funny. I didn't get what the humor was all about back then, but I know better now. Now, does the camera move during this? Nope, it doesn't. That's good. So, on YouTube, there's a clip of Morshu. Yes, the entire Bible, and it's that video was done. Actually, it was done through a code. The creator did not sit there for 40 days and 40 nights putting this together and then upload it to YouTube, because that would take a lifetime. No, what he did was he used a code from GitHub to make that, which I didn't even know could be done. And I guess that's another way of doing AI, by having the voice mixing. But it's not perfect. It's far from perfect. The fact that I need subtitles to understand, and Morshu is one of the most difficult CDI characters to mix, because there are only so few lines. There's I don't want to say a slur, but it's hard to get the right words from the right sentence to work. Maybe make a joke about the effects taking place by 2 years in 2025 is spelled out. Well, let's see. Does he have his hands in any other position? Well, he does kind of make a 6 in this one. It's a very... You'd have to shrink. I'd say it looks more like a 6 than a 5, but if I put this down... I think maybe it looks a little bit more like a 6. Now that I look at it. The backwards S... Fartsmo, welcome. Do I know Jalerbo? Dang right I know Jalerbo. Well, know Jalerbo personally, no, but I know a lot of... I know a lot of Jalerbo's poops. By the way, HS Gomikubi, I forgot to say, welcome to the stream. Alright. But yeah, that Bible thing, I think it's making the rounds now. It's going to be one of those, like, Morshu in and of itself is a meme. So anything with Morshu like that and that much effort is going to be really popular. So I wonder if it would be wise to have the woman's head on this body after the first instance of this actor using the soap, the deodorant, everything. So let's turn off the mirror and see what do we have to do to get a cut like this. She leans in, and there's a lot of movement right here. There's a lot of movement. But I can probably just take a still because she's making the same face. So let me put this on best to see if we can get a still that's not blurry at all. That's probably this one, yes. Maybe also make one of the trees Mrs. Hopewell from the Christmas tree. I've never seen the Christmas tree. I'll have to look at that. I forgot about the 2010 Say What fad. Yes, from Clone High. I remember that one. And that and okay, this is business beat of the day. and then a whole YTP MV, and that was just one that I'm a person ruled. All right. Let's just do still. No, wait, no, still's taken. So I'll just do MV. Easy as that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this still. I'm going to cut out the head with the hair, and I'm going to have it on the mirrored body here. So a little bit. There we go. Whoops. Don't want to do that. There we go. Or a sus joke with... Oh my gosh. A sus joke. Doy. How did I... Good thinking, journal. So, sus joke using arms. That is a great suggestion right there. My gosh. Oh, now I gotta finish this quick so I can get right to that. That is a really good idea. If you could share an apartment with one Zelda CDI character, who would it be? One Zelda CDI character. Yeah. How about Ganon? Because he and I both like the lights off, and he and I would kill anybody who turns them on when I don't want them. They tried to track down Moshu's original voice actor to interview him, but couldn't. I'm not too surprised by that, because those games back then, like, it was very easy to find, you know, actors who would be willing to do it. They're usually like nameless actors, and it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of the games were really hard to find the original actors for. I mean, it was the same with a lot of those computer games that were educational, that like Carmen Sandiego, for instance. Carmen Sandiego, those games had a lot of voice acting in them because there were a ton of different characters that had to be voiced, and you know, they were just computer games though. They weren't really big time actors, so tracking them down is probably going to be a little difficult. I bet they weren't even credited all that often. So, but I do know that in that upcoming game that uses a lot of the, you know, that was inspired by the CDI games, there are going to be returning voices, which I'm really excited about, because that is a fantastic thing that they know how successful and how cult classic the CDI games have become. So for them to kind of be a part of that is really good. I know that Mark Grau was the voice of Mario in the Hotel Mario series, and he was interviewed way back when on the old YouTubepoop.com site. And, you know, when he kind of learned about what was being done with his voice, he was kind of laughing about it. It was really, really cool to see that. I forgot who the other actors were, but I know that it might be a little tricky to find a lot of them who still are able to make that same voice, because a lot of them are probably adults and their ranges are very, very different now compared to how they were back then. I'm really excited to see how it all goes. Really excited to play the game. Just in case none of you know what I'm talking about, what was it? RZ, yes. I'm thinking of doing a stream of this game when it comes out. So, RZ, the Jewel of Faramore. Let me just share this. Yeah, it's going to be using art and animation styles extremely similar to those CDI games. The combat should be, you know, reminiscent of the first two Zeldas, not the third Zelda on the CDI. I really am excited because also a person who was really involved in the YouTube Poop scene is producing this game, Dopley. I don't know if Dopley is a name that you remember from YouTube Poop, but he was working on this for years, as I understand, and I'm so excited to see what's gonna be like when it comes out. Let's see. Maybe she leans out, smells, and then leans back quickly, hating the smell. Maybe. I'll put that down there. Might be some way to do that because... Ooh, yeah, there would be a way to do that. Oh my gosh. Leans in, smells, hates it. Business beat of the day. I want y'all to do the yeah. That is exactly what I mean. Like, whenever I'm a person made a video, you didn't know what kind of shenanigans to expect, but it was always going to be crazy. In fact, that video might have some of his craziest stuff in the span of like 20-30 seconds or so. Yeah. Ooh, it emulated as it was a way for poopers to emulate other creator styles by using their handle. Oh, interesting. Oh yeah, that's true. The handles did have it. I thought that they were just putting random names in there. And the person was just like me. Dinner Warrior, what's going on? I spoke with someone at the Limited Run booth Comic-Con about RZ. No kidding. Oh my god. Yeah, I really, really hope that, like, did they have something at the Comic-Con? Did they have, like, a booth there with it? I'm really excited to play it. And I'm really curious to know what they thought. Can everyone play the CDI-like game? Yeah, it's coming out soon. When is RZ coming out? RZ the Jewel Phalanx, because last I checked, yeah, the title is launching on Switch in 2023. Last I checked, it was going to be late 2023. The company CDI Software, I just now got it. CDI Software, CDI. Oh, I can't believe it took me that long to get that. It's going to be, okay, follow the social media. Yeah, it's going to be coming out, I know, by the end of the year. So, what was the YouTube poop that started it all, in your opinion? Well, the YouTube poop that technically started it all was, I'd say he's hot on our tail. But as for which YouTube poop really brought YouTube poop to a bigger crowd, that's tough. I mean, I feel like every year there's a brand new YouTube poop that takes YouTube by storm, and it changes things. I really couldn't tell you. I'd have to really scour all of it. But I think that it's more or less not about what, but who. About whose YouTube poops made things more, made things explode. I think that there are a lot of people that are responsible for that. Obviously, Walrus Guy and Deeper Cut, but also Jeff Lindblom, Garbage Head 3, and there were quite a few others that I'd probably be hard-pressed to name, but those two, on top of Walrus Guy and Deeper Cut, will be a really good choice. And like maybe Calculate 900 and D. Variano, Electric the Cheese, especially as 2007 moved on, because Electric the Cheese put out some really good videos on, like Robotnik Wants KFC, Sperms with Freaking Laser Beams. And that was some of the most advanced editing at the time that didn't involve any, flash effects. Another person, Link123456. Link123456 revolutionized the effect YouTube poop. Very early 2007. I'm thinking like March or so. Keep in mind, back then, like, YouTube poop had not exploded, so to say. He puts out a video of Ganon blowing up Luigi, and Mario sees and goes, Luigi, and he takes his revenge on Bowser. Excuse me, I think I said Ganon earlier. It was really Bowser. He takes his revenge on Bowser. Oh man, it's almost impossible to explain because it's all done using Super Mario Brothers graphics, the original Super Mario Brothers. Mario uses a fireball and makes Ganon catch fire, and then he throws a bomb mushroom on him. Now, what I'm telling you was not animated. It was animated, but it was done using Adobe Flash effects. So it was something that had never been seen in YouTube Poop at that time. And Link123456 pioneered it. He still has a channel, but it's not going to have a lot of his old stuff on it. You'd have to find re-uploads of a lot of his stuff. But he also had a big part in making the thing even more popular. So, yeah, like I said, it's not one person. It's more so a bunch of people, connected or otherwise. So let's get this positioned right. We're gonna have to do a lot here. Assuming they might, or is it free? I think that it's gonna be for purchase. I mean, Dopley hired actual voice actors that were involved with the original games, so it's definitely not going to be free. I'd be very surprised if it was. Talking of editing, Avoja If Not hasn't been matched in my opinion. I think that Avoja If Not, yeah, he's a very unique style. I don't know. I don't know if you can really match what he does. I mean, it was extremely fast-paced, layers upon layers of effects in a very similar vein that I'm a Person did, but Avoja If Not was really good at taking one layer and making the most of it. I'm a Person did multiple layers, almost on everything. And both are good. Both are viable ways of doing it. I really like what Avoja If Not did. For me, it was Dinner Blaster. Dinner Blaster was a classic, still is. Let's get the positioning for the head right. This always takes its jolly old time whenever I have to work on the positioning, so. Goddamn, Avoja If Not is like I'm a Person, but a bit more focused. Yeah, because I'm a Person is extremely all over the place, too. That's another thing. Like, he uses so many different sources in a completely manically connected way. Like, you wouldn't expect it all to be in that one single frame. Fern's Christmas Party, that's my favorite of I'm a Person's right there. King's Unreasonable Demands is the poop where when YouTube poop grew the beard, in my opinion. I can kind of see that. I think that the King's Unreasonable Demands was very 2007 styled. I wouldn't say that it, like, and I mean nothing against Swiss here. It's a fantastic YouTube poop. It's not a boundary pusher. It is really good sentence mixing, and I mean that in the best way possible. I think the YouTube poop that maybe, I don't know, let's see, if we're talking about ones that really pushed boundaries, that did things that were really incredible for the time, I will always say Sperms with Freaking Laser Beams, because that was 2007. Anything that Link123456 did, Title Enlarge is another person who'd made some really good stuff at the time that was unmatched. Deeper Cut because of his use of very unique sources. Walrus Guy because of the style of editing, the timing of the jokes. Like, it all came together. What's another person that I can throw into the mix? I mean, we're going into 2008 now. Let's just take a look at 2008. For 2008, I would say that some of the creators that really helped it. Oh, right. MTB 710. MTB 710. Another one. Let's see. I'm taking a 10-year break from buying video games, so I might purchase in 2033. Wow. Whew. Well, a 10-year break. That's bold. Started in late April of this year. Last game I bought was before the day of one of your streams, actually. Wow. Well, I mean, if you want to do that, all the power to you, man. All the power to you. Would you say YouTube poop was ever in a weaker age? I think that one of YouTube poop's weakest ages was when there were very few, like, I'm not saying that it's fixed now, but there are fewer like YouTube Poop was at its weakest when there were fewer restrictions on who could legitimately file a claim, a copyright claim, because the copyright system gets abused often. Whoops, not that one. But it was abused incredibly in 2010 and 2011. It made it a lot less fun and a lot more nerve-wracking to put something out there. And for that reason, I think that that's when it was at its weakest, because YouTube wasn't able to do very much about it, at least publicly. And as another result, a lot of people lost the fun of making YouTube poops because, hey, well, my stuff's just going to get claimed. What's the fun? And oftentimes it wasn't copyright claims. It was completely innocuous things that people were flagging the video for. Like in Deeper Cut's video, for example, what was it called? The Revenge of the Mad Madman, his Spider-Man 2 YouTube poop classic. It was taken down 3 times. 3 times, each time for a different thing, each time by the same person, and it wasn't for any reason except to troll. Now, it had a huge effect on, it had a huge effect on him. And I didn't like it either. I was scared as well. And fun fact, the troll in person actually said, "Don't worry, I'm not going to do you." Why were you even doing it at all? I wanted to tell him that. But again, I didn't want to get on his bad side and have all of a sudden my videos that I worked so hard on taken down. I also seem to remember that one YouTube poop in which every character from Faces of Evil 1 of Gamelon had their sex liners. Yes. It was made by the same person who made The King's Unreasonable Demands. Hyrule dating videos. There was a first part and a second part to it as well. In fact, it wasn't just the CDI characters. Rick Astley was also in there. I wanna make love to you. 10 years because I bought so many games because right before the 3DS eShops closed. Okay. Mad Anonymous. Yes, Mad Anonymous really pushed the boundaries. Just a fantastic editor. Good call out. Am I just missing something? Where's the tree? I thought that there was supposed to be a tree here, or unless... Alright, so let me do this. I gotta make the sus. I have to make the sus. So let's make the sus. Wait for this to appear. It's taking its jolly old time, and I am. Oh wow, a thunderstorm just started, and can we use this? Oh wait, I'm on best. No wonder it's taking forever. I'm on best. I want to get it to preview mode. Hotel Mario deleted cutscenes. Yes. King's Secret or dating videos. Yeah, but that's the case for the King's Secret too. Yep. I think. Okay. Let's get the sus out of the way. Yeah, this kind of looks like an S now. So I'm going to use our still image creator. I'll just call this S1. Maybe intentionally make her a Cyclops with mirroring. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see. To make a U, we can do this several ways. First, let's get this cropped out. So to crop this, I'm going to be just using a simple shape because I want to get these letters, as we're going to call them, as close to each other as possible. And we can reuse this S. Mask turn on. There we go. And then all we need to do is move it. Change its position so that it's on the left side. Perfecto. Or maybe right here. make the U, what I'd probably have to do here is zoom in onto his upper arm right here, turn it about 90 degrees, and mirror it. Let's see how well that works out. Okay, now turn. Okay, good. Let's get this into the middle here. There we go. For a little extra kick. Now, if I mirror here, it should do all right on the... Well, let's just see. If I reflect left, will it do what I want it to do? Yes. Yes, it will. So let's bring this in right about here. So the arms are making that U shape. So if it's positioned in the middle like this, I'm probably going to have to use a top layer with a... Here we go. I'm going to use a top layer here so that I can use track motion. So track motion will allow me to position this a little bit better. I want it smack dab in the middle. Smack dab in the middle. And that should do it. And then I'll just go right down here and move this a little further so that way it can form part one. As mentioned, I had vegetarian streaks in 2022 and very early this year, but I might try another. Going vegetarian, really good for you. Like if you're doing streaks, that's fantastic. How long are your streaks? So far, I've been on just one streak since 2016, and it's been going all right for me. Oh yeah, that thunder is rollicking. I hope I don't lose my power. Well, at least now you know if I get cut off, that's the reason why. It's just a little bit of lost power. No worries. Let's get this down further so that way it's positioned in the right spot. It doesn't look like it at first, so I might need to overlay some letters on it in order to make it a lot more obvious that this is saying sus, but it shouldn't be that tricky. Like they were 2 days a week. Oh, okay. So you did like a designated day of the week and such. That's pretty cool. Well, nice job. I really am glad that you're doing that. If you can, see how long you can go. I mean, you'll be very surprised how little people think about eating meat until it's actually right in front of them as an option. Like, I mean, I've been doing pretty well on the vegetarian diet, mostly because I haven't really had the need to think about having any kind of red meat or fish or anything like that. Oh, 2 days, 2 a week. Gotcha, okay. So it could be 2 days in a row. It could be a whole 7. Nice. Have you ever tried a month? You can do a month. That's telling you something. Almost there. Okay. I attended the stream without looking like Nixon on the debate stage. Oh, man. So, it wasn't that he was sick. It was... Oh, wait, no. Oh, I see what you mean. I've read that he was sick during that debate. If he was, that's the first I'm hearing of it. Because the whole thing about Nixon on the debate stage was that It was televised. The whole debate was televised, and it was, he was sweating like mad, and it showed. And when you compare that to the younger, hipper-looking Kennedy, it was almost no contest who the public really liked. I just know meat has some nutrients, vegetables and grains might not. Yeah, you are going to be a little hard-pressed to find some things in vegetables and other types of foods that meat typically is abundant in. That said, nowadays there are fantastic equivalents. Like, for example, one of the best bits of protein that you can eat isn't going to be coming from a meat. It's going to be coming from edamame. I sometimes keep a bag of edamame at my desk, wasabi flavor, because that's my thing. And it's got so much protein in just like a handful. And it's delicious. It's crunchy. It's like eating peanut M&Ms just minus the chocolate. So I guess peanuts in that case. But they're really good. So yeah, meat is going to have some types of nutrients that you always find in vegetables, so that makes it a little bit easier, but at the same time, a lot of times you don't really need those nutrients right from the get-go. Yeah, edamame is so good. Of course, there's so much protein packed in an egg as well. I have eggs for breakfast often. Salt and butter edamame. Ooh, there you go. There you go. Alright, so I'm going to leave this as. And what's the next thing? The woman leans in, smells it, and hates it. Okay. So let's grab this again.
All day long.
And this is where... Okay. One thing I like to do is I just like to make an extra cut right here just to play it safe, because sometimes it ain't perfect. Alright, now the face would need to be swapped here. No problem. There are two ways I can do this. I can overlay it with a face that's... Oh, wait! Oh my gosh! How could... The guy from SpongeBob. Yeah, that's gonna be a really good one. The face, the sound, it's perfect. All right. Here we go. Let's get that SpongeBob. Here we go. And paste. Alright, I want to change this folder to... Let's see, we were working on Squatch, so it'd be the S's. Squatch. Oh man, it is really coming down. I'm hearing the rain on the roof. That's the sound that I can get behind. Yeah. Alright, now let's go into our bar backup. Go back to Squatch. Pull it up. Oh, that's Barry. I don't want Barry. I want, Here we go. Not at all, boy. Okay.
Won't be a distraction to you.
Not at all, boy.
Here we go. Oh my god. What a great face, what a great sound. Alright. see, but maybe flip her eyes and mouth and swap them. Oh. Okay, that was a lightning strike. That was a lightning strike. Eesh. Is it safe to continue? Is it safe? Okay, let me see if I can just get one more edit out of the way. I'll see how things are going. Again, if the power gets cut, that's why. And it looks like the camera just turned off. Should have been charging. Alright, we'll just go without the camera for now. Alright, let's just get this off. Yada yada. I'll pull it right over here. There we go. Alright. So, anyways, back to this. It's doing its thing here. So let's grab this face, and I'll see if after I grab this face it's wise to continue streaming, because that was loud, that was very close, and it seems like there's gonna be more. Yeah, I know you lost a visual on me. Don't worry, I'm still here. Whoops. Clicked away for just 1 second. I guess I'm gonna have to continue the stream for as long as I can without the camera. Maybe I should cut the stream at the I don't want to cut it unless I know that it's gonna need to be cut. So the last thing I want to do is have my computer in a position where it was impacted by the... Yeah, if the stream gets cut, maybe make a second part later today or tomorrow if you want. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's really going to kind of depend on availability. Sometimes I have time that I can set for myself really easily. A lot of times it's a lot harder than that. At least we can see the YouTube poop. Exactly. Exactly. So just get this in there. And then feather in. Feather in a smidge. Okay, here we are. Okay. Ooh, this is good. The face shape is almost exact to the neck and the head at the same time. Just pump it over here. Yeah. In fact, it might behoove me to mask under this. Yeah, this is okay. Alright, the lights are starting to go down. If you can still hear me, that's good. Oh, not the lights are starting to go down. The lights are starting to dim, so... Yeah, I'm gonna keep going for maybe, I don't know, maybe middle of the hour. I don't want to put all of this computer equipment that I've got at risk of getting a surge, because these are some bolts. Okay, good. Oof. For a second I thought I wasn't. Alright, so let's do this. I'm going to start a mask, see how far I can go with it, and then I'm going to, yep, layer that mask on top. Streaming is hard. Okay. I'll see if I can get the camera fixed at the same time. The camera's supposed to be, you know, no problem, but if it's down, it's down. I wonder what caused the camera to do that, even. Alright. So I'm just making a mask, and I'm going to cut out this part of the body and the neck, and it's going to be one frame here. Okay. Actually, one thing I have to do. Okay. I'm going to take a clip of this. And then I'm going to put this down here. And I think we're good. I think whatever was hitting us may have been only for that, you know, small period of time. Okay, negative mask. Okay, so right here, let's fix it up a little bit. Maybe have her head moving around more, becomes fast spastic before SpongeBob reference happens. I think it's going to be good enough for it to go into the SpongeBob reference without too much effort. Maybe there's something else that can be done with the head, though. Just get this right. Zoom in a little bit so that it fits in. This part where I cut out the ear is a little bit distracting to me, so I'm just going to put the ear back. Oh, was that a tree? Eesh. I swear if a tree fell down. Well, I heard it. Okay. Now let's add a feather. Let's see, I'm going to feather in perhaps. Should I feather in or out? No, out. Actually, yeah, out's perfect. Okay. Increasing. What in your opinion is the worst smell? Also on that topic, do you have a favorite smell? Worst smell is, let's see. Well, I can tell you my favorite smell: oatmeal cookies in the oven. I said earlier in the stream, fall, favorite season. Well, smells like that, anything that's coming from an oven, like that warm, fresh, baked scent, that can't be topped. As far as the, let's see. As far as smells that I don't like, well, there are plenty. Just a really bad smelling person. Like, I remember when I had this person who I met this person who smelled so terrible. So terrible. They probably didn't wash themselves. They probably didn't do anything recently to take care of themselves were probably nose blind to it, but oh my goodness, when you have a terrible smelling person, how do I get the heck out of this? This is not supposed to pop up. Like, there we go. When you have a very terrible smelling person, it'll be ripe. My favorite dessert is probably raspberry chocolate cake. Favorite dessert is pumpkin pie here. Again, I'm a fall weather person. A pumpkin pie, little Cool Whip on top, warmed up. Ooh, yeah, that's good stuff. The dessert. Alright, so. Oh, it could be more obnoxious to be around bad smelling person because they get so offended if you point it out, most likely. That's the one thing that you gotta be really careful about. You're right. There are gonna be people who just don't want to know that they smell bad. A lot of people probably think that they probably know that they smell bad. They just don't want to be reminded of it.